Oh, he said, damn it. It's raining here. I mean, rain.
Yeah, that's what we had a couple of days ago. 2 days.
No low spots in the concrete.
No low spots in the concrete. It all drains off real good. No puddles on the pad, on the approach, because it's got a little bit of angle to it. It runs right off. But that's part of the problem where the pooling is on the south side of where the approach starts.
He says good.
And so I'm going to have to do a little trenching around where the man door is to get it to the southeast corner, because after that, the grade is down and it'll just run right past the building. You're still not working?
No.
Restart it. Are you just not getting?
I'm not getting nothing. I'm still way behind.
Oh, just restart your phone. Anyway, so let me see. Update for this week. It's been pretty quiet, which is what we want.
Chris says hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Very good. It's been a little bit stuff going on this week, but nothing major. I mean, just waiting on. It's been 2 weeks since the pad's done, and 3 to 5 weeks. So no word yet on the building. Let me see. We are putting a small block together. And I got the big block right there that we're going to start working on. I did buy this. This came in today. Engine cradle with wheels on it and everything. Because I need to take that one off the engine stand so I can get the big block on it and start tearing it apart and see what we need for parts for the big block. Let me see. And
any project on the Chevy truck 4x4?
No. I was going to wait till in the spring, till this thing is up, and then I was going to be on the lookout. I'm thinking in the spring, maybe I got to get a cab and some more parts for the drag truck. And then we're going to be looking for a 4-wheel drive. Prefer to have a short bed. Long bed will do, but I mean, I'd prefer to have a short bed. And then it's a matter of just reaching out and see if we can get like Rough Country or some company like that to give us a little bit of sponsorship and see if we can build a really badass 4-wheel drive. That'd be fun. Kenny wants to do that one. Kenny wants to be involved with the 4-wheel drive one. And it'd be fun. Real low geared, just take it through the mud, have a little fun. But other than that, I do have a deal in the works with Surfshark. For possibly a couple set of heads.
Dan says, I look forward to seeing you work on a 4x4.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. Ultimate utility vehicle. Doomsday machine. Something like that. That'd be fun. Kenny's K15 in high school, that was a lot of fun to work on. That was a fun truck. He beat the bejesus out of that thing though. It lasted him junior and senior year. I mean, it lasted him, but man, yeah. I probably shouldn't have sold it when I did, but I need the money at the time. And I wasn't driving it. It was just going to waste. And the guy that got it, he's still driving it today. You're working now?
Yep.
Okay.
So far.
All right. So
give it 5 minutes.
Let me see. No, I want to show off on Christina real quick. Okay. I want to show you what she did this week. Now, this is a toddler bed. And she got this at a sale for like $20. And she sanded it down and redid it, restained it, cleared it. And I'm telling you, this thing is gorgeous. She did such a good job. She might not want to own up to it, but she's pretty handy dandy when she needs to be. Okay, she really is. She can do some cool stuff, and so yeah. I mean, I'm telling you what, she did a good job, Dan. I mean, I'm really proud of her for that. All right, we're going back because I don't know about your ladies, but. She doesn't like being on camera.
Nope.
At all. So, yeah. Am I centered?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we can do it this way here. This way. Here, we'll do this. Okay. Am I centered?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, that way I can look at her and look at y'all at the same time. Just a little bit of adjustment here so I can see her pretty face. There we go. All right. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all my new news. I mean, like I said, I'm just waiting on the packet to get dropped so that the dudes can come put it up. And son-in-law was over today, the electrician, and we kind of got a game plan of what we're going to do when it comes to, meter box and having to connect to the electricity and everything. And we're going to get a game plan once it's up in the dry so we can make some notes and run the 240 and the 110 and the lights and things like that. But yeah, no, it's had a good week. Business is good. Office is good. This is great. Things are going good. Things are starting to click in. Oh, I do have I don't know if you can see them down here. Those are a set of double hump heads, big valve double hump heads. Yep. If David's your hair, thank you, brother. Anyway, but I also, like I said, I have Surfshark. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I mean, they reached out to me and they just had aluminum heads hit the market, and I might be having a couple set of small block and big block heads showing up on my doorstep in a week or two, which would be cool. But I want you guys' opinion. Now, I've always, you guys have heard me say that I don't like Chinese stuff, but I did some research, and basically everybody besides Edelbrock and Brodix buys Chinese-made heads, and they machine them here. They make them how they want them here, hey, if they're free and they work good and they fit good and they're, let's give them a shot. I say, if they're willing to send me over, put some big money pieces over, I'm going to try them out. That's the way I'm going to be. I want to know you guys' opinion, so, I mean, if I get freebies dumped to my doorstep, I'm going to try them on the builds. Just saying. So what are you guys' opinion on that? I mean, I may be wrong about the AFR and RHS and the, World Products and all them guys. I'm pretty sure they get their stuff from China.
Project HQ says free is good.
Free is good. I agree.
And Dan says, wish I had a shop, but can't put on the land. Their riverbed line and set on low spot.
Well, see, that's the whole thing about the new shop is I had to have 2 foot of shale brung in. I mean, they built it up 2 foot tall above grade because I knew what that yard over all the 18 years we've been here on this property. I knew where the low spots are, and it filled it in. Now I still have to play with it. It's like everything else, is just getting the workaround done. Do you guys have any questions? Well, if you don't have anything right now, since she's checking her watch, if you're new here, if you haven't been here, and if you haven't done it yet, the Christmas giveaway for that motor is still on. So, like I said, get a T-shirt, buy something, buy some kind of merch. Send me to the emails on the listing, bigbuckslater@gmail.com. Send me an email with a screenshot of the purchase, and you get in. We got, I think, 10 guys so far, but we got a long way to go. But I mean, just if you want in for that engine, just go ahead and get you a piece of merch and get in the drawing. Because like I said, Christina's going to pull the name out of the hat Christmas Day for the live Christmas Day. And put on your calendar. Let me see. It'll be Thursday, the 13th of November. We'll be doing it from the beer garden at the Four Queens in Vegas. We are definitely going. And we've already made plans. I'm going to SEMA in 26.
Yeah.
We're going to SEMA in 26. So that'll also be out on a Thursday, whatever that date is for that. So we'll be doing a live, hopefully from SEMA. You know, if the YouTube channel gets big enough, maybe we'll get invited to be in a booth somewhere. That would be cool. You know, but we're not going to go to PRA this year. We did that last year, and so I have never been to SEMA, and Mike hasn't been to SEMA in about 5 or 6 years. One of my best friends that I run the drag strip with back in the day. So we're doing it 26. We're doing SEMA of 26, and I'm hoping to bring you guys along for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. Do you guys got any questions?
Tim said, made it, still putting things away from my trip to the in Indian. Great time again.
Very good. Nope, we don't have any other news, do we? Nothing else going on? No.
It's been kind of...
After the couple of weeks of with my hair on fire, doing all the running and chasing and squirreling around when it comes to the pad, I'm glad to have a little bit quiet. Downtime, yeah. A little bit of quiet, and just to recuperate and just get back normal. Become humdrum again. Humdrum? Yeah. But I have a feeling once this shop opens, that's another thing. Because of the shop, once it gets up and running, everything, then I'll also have on top of this and the YouTube channel and the office, I'm probably also going to be doing side work on stuff. So there'll be content made about that too.
Project HQ says, tell me more about these heads.
Surfshark. Just go on Surfshark and on the search engine, on the search bar on Surfshark, do heads. They just come out with LS, straight plug, aluminum small block, angle plug, aluminum small block, and square port, aluminum big block heads. They're just fresh on the market, just hit their website. And they reached out to me. I was messing with them last year a little bit, trying to get a deal done, and they basically saved my email address, and they reached out to me about a week ago, and we've been going back and forth. And I sent them the stuff, and they wanted to know what, I think we're almost there. They wanted to know what they were going in. And so I sent them pictures of Bamalam and this engine build and the big block, and told them that's what they're going to be used for. And I'm waiting because it's, it's Chinese. So while we're awake, they're asleep. And while we're asleep, they're awake. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm hoping to have a response to know whether or not they're on their way, because I gave them my delivery address and everything. So I'm hoping when I wake up in the morning, I got an email from Surfshark saying that I got 2 sets of heads on their way. I mean, I've really been working this one hard. So if you want to go on their website, you can check them out. They have all the full description, and they're like Temu. They're knockoffs of what the American guys are making. But hey, if they're as good as Temu is at knocking things off, then as long as they bolt up and they work, hey, and they're half the price of pretty much everyone else, and they're a third the price of like Edelbrock or Brodix. So, but they come bare. They come no valves, no springs, no locks, retainers. They just come heads and guides. That's how they come, bare. What?
Mike said those big block heads will look good on my 1-ton.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's worth a shot. I mean, that's the way I look at it. It works out. I'm glad you're here, Mike.
Also, Tim says it was no name nations is where he was at. So, but and he asked how the shop's coming.
Waiting on the packet.
See here.
As you can tell from the thumbnail from tonight, I parked on it and had Christine take a picture of me. Yeah, it's with the approach and the back patio and the pad itself. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. It took up a quarter of the backyard. The way I look at it, less to mow. But I also left room on the north side. So in case it gets bigger, if it gets where I got to have it, I got space to build onto it. What? What was that look for? Do you guys get weird looks from your old ladies, about when you say
Old
things
lady?
like that?
Yeah, that's really gonna.
Well, okay. I'm 57. You're, Omar. Okay. Yeah, I think you qualify after 31 years of marriage. I think you qualify as my old lady. It's a term of endearment.
Okay. Dan says old shed gotta go. I'm be ready to build better shed, bigger and more room for my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming by.
Let's see here. Oh, that's it.
We did have one thing go on. Our air conditioner
died an ugly death.
Compressor is starting to get weak, and so it didn't want to start up and push coolant. But I had the guys out, and it looks like in the spring, didn't want to have to spend any money on the house, but it looks like in the spring we're getting an air conditioning system.
I like how you said that. Didn't want to spend any money on the house, but I wanted to spend it all on the shop.
I want to spend it all on the shop. That's right. I want to spend the budget on the shop, but in the spring, looks like we're going to have to. We're going to the air conditioner tech actually was really cool, and he basically told me straight up. He said, "This is not. It's an 8-year unit when we bought it. It lasted 18 years. Okay, because I keep it clean and I service it and everything every spring." And so he said, "You did a really good job." But he said, they get old and they get tired and they get weak. He said, so it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse as you go. So looks like we're pulling the trigger on a new air conditioner for the house in the spring. We'll limp it through for the rest of the fall, and then the heater will work just fine because we're total electric. But then in the spring, once it starts getting warm, got to pull the trigger on a new air conditioning system. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something. Is it just me or is there's always something? But if you haven't yet, smash that like button. That like button really hurts. Like button really helps. You got a message in you.
My daughter.
Oh. Yeah, the kids were just here. They say they gave Christina her early birthday present.
Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah. A KitchenAid mixer.
Yep.
One of the good ones.
Yep.
Yep, because I'm the cooker. She's the baker. I'm the casseroles and chilies and lasagnas and things like that. She's the cookies and cupcakes and cakes and bread and rolls and all that kind of stuff. She's the baker. Which I guess if we start going racing in a year or two, then I guess you're going to have to start cooking up goodies for the people in the pits and shit. Any questions? Anything going on? I guess we're working on Thursday nights. I guess we're working at NFL football.
Got a new mixer. Have not used it yet. And tell the kids you want an AC unit for Christmas.
That's a good idea. Tell the kids, pool your money and get us an air conditioning system for Christmas. That'd be cool.
Mixer, what the heck we're talking about here? FedEx didn't deliver my fuel tank. Better be tomorrow. I'm ready for a test drive.
Oh, that brings up a good one. I'm a DeWalt guy. I know most of you guys are probably Milwaukee or whatever, but I'm a DeWalt guy. And we do a lot of yard tools, you know, trimmers and things like that. But I have a pole saw that I've had for 6 months. I bought it in March, all right? And it quit. It just stopped working, right? After 3 uses, it stopped working, right? So I tried to go on the website and get do a some kind of a claim on it, for a warranty. And I got to run around, and I finally got somebody on the phone, and I got to run around again. And is it me, or does DeWalt make it almost impossible to get like a warranty claim done? Because they wanted me to give them a credit card number and send $103 to put it in a box to send it to Georgia, so their techs could make sure it ain't working, or it was nuts. I finally asked. I had to go through that guy to get to a supervisor, and kind of get a little. I'm not the guy that goes on the phone and gets shitty, okay? But I had to get a little shitty, And finally, I got the without having to give a credit card number or do things like that. I got a return label. I just got to get it in a box and get it sent to Georgia. But when Kenny come home, his Matco tool guy told him, he was telling him about it, and his Matco tool guy says that he can warranty it for me off his truck, but that'll be next Thursday. But I mean, have you guys ever had to send something through Milwaukee or DeWalt and just get the complete runaround? I mean, I was on the phone for 2 hours today, completely mad, because you would think in this day and age they wouldn't make it that difficult to do a 6-month return when they have a 3-year return policy. They make it like you're jumping through freaking hoops just to get a tool that you paid almost $200 for, to get a replacement for it. It just seemed a little ridiculous to me. I don't know if you guys have been through that. You tell me. Tell me if you guys have been through that before.
Chris says, I've had good luck with DeWalt. Michael says, Scanlon says, hello, Uncle Buck.
Hey, Mike.
And Mike says, I've had really good Still brand if you need me to bring you one.
See, that's the thing. The place that I bought it from, I called them up also. And they said if it was within 30 days, they would just give me a new one. But it's been 6 months and a couple of days. Okay. And so that they said, well, you're dealing with DeWalt on that one, because it just, I have the receipt, the whole 9 yards, when we bought it, what we paid for it, the model number, the whole 9 yards. And it was just 2 hours of hell that I can't get that 2 hours of my life back. It should not be that difficult when their product broke after 3 uses in 6 months. It should not be that difficult of a thing just to get a replacement for that kind of money. It should not be that difficult. It just, that kind of thing just aggravates the hell out of me. That's why, when I'm selling stuff on eBay and something's not right, or they don't want it right, I make it right as fast as possible, because I don't like doing that to people. I just don't. I think it's wrong, but corporations these days, DeWalt, if you're listening, fix your system, because it's kind of messed up. Hey, Russ, are you here?
Sorry. Dan says, I use Craftsman tools.
See, that's the thing. DeWalt, now the company that owns DeWalt, that owns Craftsman, they own Black & Decker. There's several different companies that they own as a corporation, as a whole. And so if you're dealing with Craftsman, you're also dealing with a company that owns DeWalt. And I don't ever remember it being this difficult. And like I said, the last pole saw we had lasted 6 or 7 years, got tons of use out of it. And I get it. After all that time, when it finally went out, we went and got a new one in the spring, because we have lots of trees and we could do a lot of limb trimming, but it shouldn't go out in 3 uses in 6 months. It shouldn't, you know. And then to have to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop and talk to this person and that person, get transferred to this, that's ridiculous. I mean, what has happened to good customer service? It really aggravated me today.
I can't tell.
I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult. It really should not be that difficult.
Okay, are you done with the rant on DeWalt?
I'm done with the rant on DeWalt because I'm still going to be a DeWalt guy, but I mean, just dealing with their customer service, it just...
Okay. You're good.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'll shut up.
Okay.
I'll shut up. That's her way of telling me to hush. That is her way of telling me to hush.
Larry, if I did this right, I can chat with you. I'm a new subscriber. I have a Offenhauser. They're due set up from the 60s that I'm trying to work on.
Nice. Offenhauser. I mean, that's an old school name. You don't hear that very often. I don't even know if they even are a company anymore, if they got bought by Edelbrock or, Holley. But they come up with some, back in the day, Offenhauser they come up with some really cool stuff. I mean,
Project HQ says customer service and common sense is a thing of the past.
I gotta agree with you there. Yeah, it's...
Mike says, do you have a link to or a website to help with engine wiring harness for a 72
No.
ELCO?
Not really. No. I mean, when it comes to the wiring stuff, Junior is the one that does all that. It's your best bet is just Google it and see if you can get a schematic. But when it comes to wiring stuff, that's Kenny's bread and butter. I mean, he's just got the touch. I'm mechanical, he's electrical, and he's just got the touch. I mean, he's got his truck wired to the gills with all kinds of
This,
stuff.
that, and the other.
Yeah. I mean, he's got it where he's got it figured out front and back where you're going to know where he's going. When he hits the turn signals, I mean, he's got things flashing and going and everything, and he just loves it. I mean, but no, you're your best bet. It's just to Google it and see if you can get a schematic. And I know it's hard to read sometimes electrical schematics, but the older you get, the more basic it is. And it's not that hard if you take your time.
Russ says, let's go Giants, LOL.
Christina agrees with you on that, Russ.
Yeah. Michael says, you better listen to the boss, mister.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. And Dan says, yeah, I get crazy spam phone calls each time they use someone else's name, and I can by the looking at caller ID. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike says, I need some pictures, LOL.
Of what?
Drake Drake says he needs some pictures.
What, Mike?
Larry says the carburetor that are in it are wrong, but they are Rochesters. Do you have any advice? I'm trying to put this on a small block Chevy for my dad's old 41 Chevy.
Okay, Rochester 2 barrels or 1 barrels? We're talking about the Offenhauser intake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they were the guys that were in the 50s before Edelbrock Senior started.
2 barrel.
2 barrels.
2 barrel. This is a 70s street rod.
Rochesters are great. I mean, Ford, Dodge, and Chevy run Rochester. Well, not Ford, but Dodge and Chevy, they run Rochesters, the 2 barrels, forever. My first car, well, my second car, my Monte Carlo 350 with a 2-barrel Rochester on it. I mean, and it ran great. I mean, I ain't got nothing against them. They're just not performance oriented. They're family truckster oriented, to put it that way. They're just a regular economy carburetor. But there's nothing wrong with them. But you're not going to get a lot of performance out of them. And if you want just a tool around town, looking cool kind of thing, then you're good to go.
Mike Drake says, not good at reading schematics. I need some pictures like a 5-year-old picture box. This wiring goes to your starter. This wire goes to your distributor, all with a nice little picture, LOL.
Yeah, that's me too.
I'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah. I mean, just Google it. It'll get you the best. I mean, I don't really have any reference for you when it comes to that, to be able to give you some pictures of what goes where. Just remember, the big red ones are the starter and the distributor. Everything else is alternator and back to the battery, battery cables, things like that. But the older you get, the more basic they are. But just the big red ones, starter and distributor. Well, no, actually, the distributor is going to be tan.
Are you sure?
No. You'll figure it out. Just go slow, Mike. Just one step at a time.
Larry says, what would you suggest? Keep in mind, this is a 70 street ride. I'm trying to bring back to life.
Then if they're working, go ahead and use the Rochesters. It's simple and it's economical and they work good. I mean, if you're doing it just for fun, just have fun. Just make it where you can just jump in, pump it once, and turn the key and it off and running. Then you can enjoy it.
Dan says, I can't wait to see your shop.
I can't either. Christina's getting kind of tired of me talking about it, but I can't wait either. I wish it happened yesterday.
The problem is he bought it at a swap meet, and the linkage is wrong.
You want to go to welding and bending metal up and things like that? Because that's the kind of thing that, after all the years I did welding and fabricating and stuff, that's the part that I like to do, get it figured out. I don't know if you're any good at it or not. I mean, it helps to have a little bit of time doing things like that. But if you take your time, a little bit at a time, and you'll figure it out.
Oh, Michael Scanlon said, I got my sticker on my toolbox.
Cool. Yeah, Kenny got his
muscle shirt.
She's drinking out of the, let me have it. Let me have it. Oh, quit making me. Oh, she's so mean. Yeah, we got the Uncle Buck's Garage cooler, the cool cup, and Michael and Kenny got his muscle shirt. I'm still waiting on my shirt.
I'm still waiting on.
We're still waiting on me and Christina and Presley's shirt. But his shirt came in, so that means there's right behind it. I'm glad you finally got your sticker, and I got you down for the drawing. But like I said, anything you guys want to get, anything gets you into the drawing. And the more things you buy, the more chances you get in the drawing. It isn't just one and done, so.
Let's see here. Dan says I would dream of have a 80 by 100 shop.
Well, where I put it, and I don't know if you guys have seen a picture on the thumbnail, I got tons of room. I got 200 foot that I could add on to the north side of the building if I need to, have another pad poured, new steel put up, things like that. I mean, there's room for expansion. But if it gets so big, there's a building that's for sale or rent. It's a big warehouse that's literally a mile from the house. And it's already got offices in it and air conditioning and things like that. I don't know what the price tag on it, but it's for sale or rent. So, I mean, if it gets to where it's super uber, if this becomes something bigger than I ever expected, there's options. There's lots of places to rent or shop buildings to use around the area where they're very close.
Larry says, see. Sorry, guys. I can booger weld, but Speedway Motors is supposed to have a kit that can do it correctly.
How much is it?
Mike Drake says, how much can I sell my original front drum brakes? What is a fair price?
Off of what?
I recently switched my brakes to disc brakes.
Well, okay, the honest truth, I don't know what it's off of. What's this off of?
72 ELCO.
Well, okay, I don't know, because the original drum brakes that you've done the retro and
El Camino.
Well, there might be some guy out there to give you a couple bucks for it. I mean, for the drum brake setups, but like on her Mustang, we're gonna go disc brakes on the front, but it's original 4-wheel drum. But we're gonna go disc brakes. But the market, like on eBay or whatever, for like Mustang parts is pretty fickle. So like the drum brakes on her front car, I'm not expecting to get much for it. It's just everybody has all the retro kits, and it's just safer having discs on the front, drums on the back. I wouldn't expect much money, even if they're original parts, OEM parts. You're not going to get much off of them. There's just really not people that, unless they need bits and pieces for parts and just want to buy a kit. I would suggest Marketplace instead of like eBay or something like that.
Let's see here. Dan says 8x100 is a good for home and shop. A barn dominium.
A barn dominium. Well, we already have a home.
Yeah. David says, Larry, if it's a Smile engine, I would invest in a progressive linkage setup so you are only running off the center carb while toddling around.
Yeah. Well, that was the original setup back in the day. Anyways.
Tim says, have the old motor out and pressure wash the engine bay. Tomorrow I'll paint in there and almost ready to drop my new GM Performance 350 in.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Curtis says, good evening, better late than not at all.
Glad you're here, Curtis.
Mild, not mild. LOL, David says. Mike says, I'll look. I might have a 205 gear to gear transfer case for you for your 4x4 project.
That would be cool. But like I said, I gotta go shopping in the spring, and we'll be pulling them out of the weeds, 2 or 3 of them in the spring.
Tim says, so far it's been mostly fun. Lifting gas tanks, not so much fun.
Yeah. Gas tanks aren't fun. They aren't. But necessary.
Mike Trick says, well, I gotta go. Love the videos, man.
Appreciate that very much. And you guys have a great week, and come back next Thursday. And if you haven't already done it, buy a t-shirt or buy a piece of merch so you can get into the drawing for that engine.
Tim says, I'm 72, so I'm a lot slower nowadays, but I keep going.
Okay. All you guys that feel like you're too old to do it, but you want to get it done, you want to get some project done. That's what the new shop is all about. So I can do side work to get you guys' projects up and running so you can enjoy them. That's the whole point. And that'll be, I don't know if I'm going to do it on a membership basis or whatever, but the new shop is so I can do side work on some of you guys' old hot rods so that you guys can start enjoying them again. if you're not physically capable, if you got a couple of bucks, then we can make, make a deal. But I mean, that's the whole point of the new shop, is to get the extra space, but so I can also do work on the side to get you guys up and running if you need help. What's the matter, baby?
No.
I don't know if we should turn the air conditioner off or not. I'm starting to get warm.
I
know. Yeah, she's always, yeah. I'm sweating and she's okay.
I have a 30 by 48 pole barn that is still not big enough, especially since my wife made me buy a pool table and put it in part of it.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna get a computer system, and I didn't want to say this out loud, but our current television that we have in the living room is starting to act up. So I'm thinking about taking it out of the living room, putting it in the shop because it's a big screen, and buying Miss Christina a new one so she'll quit bitching so much about the current television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one way to get me to shut up.
Yeah.
And we can always put it in my craft room and wait until you get the shop up. I won't mind at all.
No, we're not doing it until the shop is up. You have to deal with the old television until the shop is up.
Whatever. New to the channel, do you do any drag strip videos? If so, when's the next one?
Well, we got to build one first. I've got I got the motor here. I've got the frame outside, short bed, and it's going to be probably, maybe if we get lucky, summer, fall of next year for drag strip. But it'll just be for fun. I mean, I don't have the bankroll unless you guys start buying a shit ton of t-shirts. I don't have the bankroll to be able to afford to go drag racing seriously. I mean, have you guys, War of the Woods just happened last weekend, and those guys spend tens of thousands of dollars on their rigs, for, $20,000 winning, when you've even got a camper, a trailer, a car, and fuel and tires and everything involved, you're talking about thousands of dollars to just try to get a piece of that back. Okay. Serious racing costs serious money, and I'm not there yet.
Larry said, oh my God. Larry said, my son bought me a 120-inch projection screen and projector for Christmas one year, and it's out here in the barn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. It'd be cool to watch videos while we're wrenching on cars and stuff. I don't have a TV out here. I don't even have a laptop. I mean, when I have a stereo system that Bluetooth onto my phone, and I can play my playlist, but I don't have any video out here to watch while I'm wrenching, because I'm kind of like right here.
Curtis Ball says Christine's drag video is on here. Go guess her time.
Yeah, that thing is still going. I have a T-shirt for whoever can guess her time. The video is out there. I actually have a little Post-it note on the bottom of my monitor of what her time is. Nobody's guessed it yet. It's 1,000 foot at Centerville Dragway in Arkansas, in Russellville, Arkansas. So you guys got to guess. If you put it in the description of that video of what she ran, get a free T-shirt.
Larry says, being that I'm an HVAC tech, I have heat and air conditioning out here, so it's kind of like working in my living room. The problem is my wife keeps taking away the space.
No kidding. As you can tell with the toddler bed, I told her sawdust and engines don't mix.
Well, move your shit out of here. Just saying.
Move my shit out of here.
Yeah. I told you this.
Whose zone is this?
Mine.
All right, then you build the Mustang.
No, it's going in the new shop.
No, it's not. It's in your. She's claiming this is her she shed now. Once that new one goes up, this is her zone now.
Yeah.
Tell me if there's something wrong with that.
No. Let's see here. Let's see.
If you have an old bedroom.
Will you have running water and a bathroom in the new shop?
No, it's 40 foot from the house, and I have a hydrant that's outside the kitchen wall, which is right next to the building, and I have 100 foot worth of hose. There's no reason to have water or bathroom.
Don't trust Buck. He says every guess is close.
What?
Don't trust Buck. Every guess is close.
Yeah.
On my time.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, it's not far away, but nobody's hit the nail on the head yet. So.
Larry says, I have to say I'm 60 years old, man, and being able to talk to you on the television is really cool.
I appreciate that very much.
I told my wife she's starting hanging real curtains in the barn. We're getting a divorce.
Okay. Curtains in the barn is a bit much.
Well, you never know.
No.
You're going to have windows?
I'm going to have windows, but we ain't ever going to have not a single stitch of curtain.
Oh, you know?
Not happening.
Okay.
No. Not happening.
Good idea, Larry. Thank you. I never even thought about that. Thank you so much.
No.
Will you section off part of the shop for spray booth?
No. I'm thinking that I don't know if I ever actually paint one. Maybe the Mustang, but if I do, it'll be in this shop.
I was gonna say, yeah. Now that you have a paint gun, so Kenny knows how to paint.
Yeah, Kenny painted in aircraft in the Navy. He knows how to set one up and everything. So if we end up, we'll have to string some plastic around, and some box fans and some filters and shit. But if we do end up painting, it'll be in here. It won't be in the new shop. The new shop's going to be mechanical. And then once I get the body panels done and the floorboard done and everything, and then we'll take it out of here and put it mechanical in there, and then we'll bring it back and we'll probably paint it after the fact. But I think all the paint work's going to be in here because I'm going to move all the engine stuff into the new shop.
Larry said, yes, I put a bathroom in out here so that she could use it.
She can hold it. She can go walk 40 foot in the house. I know. I know. That's the whole thing. You're talking about the curtains and crap, and you ain't even going to be out there.
Curtains would look good. It keeps the
You ain't even going to be out there.
Oh, you never know.
No, I know. After 4 years out here, one thing she does is she opens the door. She says, can you come help me for a minute? Stop what you're doing and come help me for a minute.
And then I get the eye roll.
You get the eye roll. Yeah, really? Can you not see what I'm doing out here? Compressor's going, welding, hood on, the whole 9 yards, gloves all done up. And she says, can you stop what you're doing? Because I need you to put a screw in the wall.
So Larry, I don't want to do that. But Larry says,
yes, you have done that. Anyways, Larry.
Are you done?
Larry.
No, she's my muse. She helped me with all my projects.
No, okay. It was Christina's idea to build a new shop. It was, because she could see that I'm literally out of space and really couldn't get much done. And with the little side things that she does, it just messes up the whole works. And I would be nothing without her. We might kibitz with each other like this on a regular basis on these Thursday nights, but I would not be where I am in this world today without her being with me for 35 years. I just wouldn't. It just... My life would be shit without her.
Larry says basically she tells me to man up and just freaking do it. If it's wrong, we'll redo it. There you go.
I can relate, Larry.
I hope there will be at least a fridge for the beers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe I can get Coors or Ultra to sponsor me. That'd be cool.
Way to suck up, Professor.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Love you too. What is this, Professor Sparkplug?
What
was it?
I can't remember.
From last week?
I'll
give me a white coat, one of those little silver things. Yeah. I'll blow everybody's mind one day. Well, I'll just come on live with the coat on with the little thing on.
Larry says, "Oh, you betcha! Trying to empty it right now."
Yeah.
Rail says, "My wife made me some cool checkerboard curtains for my shop. I like them." Professor Pushrod.
Professor Pushrod.
Yeah. Project. It said that Pushrod.
Yeah. Yep. Professor Pushrod.
D Truth says, "Do you have a favorite TV and car movie?"
Two-Lane Blacktop. It's one of my favorites. Christina hates it. The original Gone in 60 Seconds, not the Nicolas Cage one, the original one from the 70s. I like the Shirley Muldowney movie. That's a good one. The one with Chet Atkins in it as her dad. That's a good one. Bullet, just for the cars chasing.
Larry says Hollywood Nights.
Forgot about Hollywood Nights. Yeah. And Mike used to have the video that when we worked together in security at a place, we had a video player and he had it on video and we would watch that. Yeah. The Hollywood Nights. Yeah.
Christopher says, "Do you plan on powering the shop? How many amps do you think you would be using?"
You'd have to ask my son-in-law Chris about that. We got to have 240 for the welders. We got to have 240 for the lift. I'm going to have a string of 6 or 8 or 10 110s, lighting, everything. The electrical service is 5 foot off the building, so it's right there. I don't have to do much of a trench to get that up, but I mean, we're going to wire that this winter. And he's going to, once we get up in the dry, then we're going to get a game plan about when it comes to wiring. But when it comes to that, just knowing all the terminology, I don't have a clue. I'm trusting him for all of that.
Curtis says, "Professor Pushrod, that's great.
Professor
Priceless."
Pushrod. Yep.
Larry said there's another good one on independent film called Deuce of Spades.
I don't know that one. Deuce of Spades?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that one. I mean, I'm a 70s and 80s guy, when it comes to car shows. Now, a fun one to watch is like the Italian Job when they run around in those minis. That's fun to watch. But when car stuff, yeah. But I still like remember the old, when we were young, remember the Nashville Network with the Diamond P Motorsports, and it was all the drag race and stuff and the car stuff, and Power Nation and all that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I like. I mean, that's just, I was in my early late 20s, early 30s, and that was the best time in the world. Sunday morning was, you waited. It was like being a kid waiting for Saturday morning cartoons when you were a young adult, waiting for Sunday morning for, the power stuff to come on the Nashville Network. That was awesome. That was so cool. But, and just, American Graffiti, things like that. Yeah.
Gumball Rally. Cannonball Run.
Oh, Gary Busey and the Gumball Rally in that white Camaro. Yeah. Up on the side, running, Yeah, that was fun.
Curtis says, run a water line when you run a power cable.
Well, see, that's just it. the water line is up here by the house. The power is right next to the building. So I would have to trench and try to not hit the power line going to the house, to the meter at the house. So I got a water source right on the wall, outside wall of the patio. So, I mean, it's 50 foot. So, I mean, I got 100 foot worth of hose. So, I mean, I got a water source when I need it, you know, for the power washer and things like that. So there was no reason for me to plumb it in.
Larry says, yep, I remember watching drag racing with my dad.
Yeah, it was Sunday mornings was so cool. All of us gearheads waited all week long, just like we did when we were kids, waiting for Saturday morning cartoons. Was Sunday morning power. Yeah, it was just so good. It was so good. I miss it a lot. Looking forward to that all week. But now you have the internet, you can watch all the old stuff now.
Curtis says, gotcha. Larry says, when we bought this house, I made sure that my boys wanted their own pool and made him trench 150 feet along the barn so they could fill the pool.
Yeah, but at 57, I don't feel like trenching anymore. I just don't. I just don't. You know, that's why the lift, so I don't have to get up and down off my butt, off the floor over and over and over again, like doing exhaust and things like that.
Yeah. Tim says, I do like Roadkill Garage with
yeah.
And love my 86 C20.
That's you know, when it comes to the Discovery Channel, I mean, they were funding a lot of those shows. And it's kind of sad that they kind of dumped them because they got sold. And they were trying to make a deal. I'm really hoping. Didn't we hear something about
October 6th? Are you
Street Outlaw?
Street Outlaws, yeah.
Yeah, the 2005 season or 2004 season is supposed to hit the airs in October because they already had them in the can. They just didn't put them out there because of tax purposes when the sale was going on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I already know what happened, you know, because everybody has online, and you know everyone was talking. But I think it's funny now because while they were on Street Outlaw, they weren't allowed to have any social media. They couldn't put their own stuff out there. And now I'm really enjoying watching Murder Nova 187, his channel, and Chief's channel,
Steve Martin,
and
Ryan Martin.
Ryan Martin's, yeah, they all now have social media channels, and the one that I really like the most actually is like Murder Nova and his wife have their own channel now together, and they're a lot of fun to watch. I mean, they, you know, and you get a lot of the behind the scenes of the driving and what they have to do with the tow rigs and all that stuff, you know, and everything that happened with Lutz with the wreck and the fire, you know. I mean, I get the Discovery Channel wanted to have total control of all that, you know, and everything, but it's really this day and age, being online and setting up a camera and giving your audience what you want to know is much better than waiting all week long for a really scripted television show that's kind of whitewashed.
Larry says the trench that he had the boys do gave him water to the barn, and then he says he likes the Street Outlaws, but when you have unlimited budget, it changes things.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing that you didn't know about until you started watching them online, is that they weren't paying entry fees, they weren't paying anything, they were getting paid to show up. You know, and as a drag racer, and having been a drag racer, to get a paycheck for showing up to drag strip, that would have been completely awesome. Think about that when we were back, you know, doing the CDRA, you know, and bracket racing and everything, to just get a paycheck for showing up. That's a game changer, you know. And I like the idea that the IHRA is back, and I can't remember the name of the guy that bought it. And he spent millions buying multiple tracks, so he has his own circuit. And a lot of the guys from the Discovery Channel are starting to go back to the IHRA and run, like what's Stinky Pink? What's his name?
Disco Dean.
Disco Dean is huge IHRA, And I also watch his channel, and he is. If you guys haven't watched his channel, look it up on YouTube. It's so entertaining. It's so good. He he talks to you like you're sitting there having a beer with him. It's just it's good watch. It really is. But there's going to be a lot of changes over the next couple of years because that money train has really dried up, unless they decide to go back into it. But like Farm Truck and Asian, they have their own channel, and they're doing great, even without Street Outlaw these days. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's the way of the future. The internet is having your own stuff is the way to go.
Do you have a shop dog in mind? Well, we got 3.
Yeah, we got 3. That'll be fun. That's one thing I'm looking forward to, is because now they'll be inside, because right now the fence is up against the edge of the door for the shop. So when I'm out here working, they're sitting right there at the corner of the fence and they can't come in. With the new shop, they'll be around. They'll be coming around and licking face and things like that. So they'll have access to the shop because they're inside the fence, which it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a dog person. I like having my canines around. The only mean thing God did to us was make them not last long enough.
Larry says, I'm an HV tech. I make good living, but I don't want to take money away from the house to build this car. Will revive this car. The economy has messed us all up. Yeah,
but it will get better. It always does. I mean, there's ups and downs. I mean, you guys been around here long enough. It's cyclical. It just goes up and down, go up and down. There's good times and there's bad times. There's hard times and there's times when you're flush. I got to admit, this is the first time in my life I've ever gotten paid to build hot rods. I did 10 years. I had a Camaro in the garage for 10 years that I never touched because the kids needed diapers and food and things like that. I mean, this is things you have to do as a father to keep the lights on. And there's some things that have to suffer, and sometimes it's a hot rod.
Curtis says, sign me up, pay to be at the track. Yep, I'm in.
Yeah. Back in the 2000s when we were drag racing, that would have been the beast. That would have been awesome to drive up on the drag strip and get a paycheck. Yeah. Before you ever went down the strip. That would have been so cool. We'd still be doing it today.
Yeah. Tim says, dinner is ready. Have to run. Catch you next week. Glad the shop is coming along.
Yeah, and I'll be once the pad hits the ground and they start. I'll do a time lapse on that one too and put that up. And then we'll be doing on the side. We'll be doing the electrical part, and all that kind of business. What?
What's your go-to music when wrenching? Maybe a little Hank Williams Jr.
No, I'm an '80s glam metal guy, so I'm Poison. I'm Def Leppard. I'm just right up that alley. I mean, it's AC/DC, especially AC/DC. But I also like a lot of different stuff. Level 42. Gene Loves Jezebel. I was in college.
You're eclectic.
I'm eclectic. I was in college 86, 87, and Crowded House, things like that. Yeah, no, but I am guitar rock, just blaze it up.
Larry says Molly Hatchet. Maybe.
Absolutely Molly Hatchet.
Project Q. I wouldn't imagine getting paid to race. I couldn't imagine getting paid to race.
Yeah, think about that. I mean those guys. And back when we were doing the CDR8 bracket season, I had met Farm Truck doing that in Oklahoma City. I had met some of those guys before in the past. I shook hands with them and run them and drag raced them. They were just, and then a lot of people don't realize that they were on pinks way back in the day, way before Street Outlaw. A Chief and Asian, all those guys, and Doc and all them were on pinks for an episode or two, and then they got their break, and it was blockbuster time. But the honest truth about it is, if they hadn't had the television show, they'd still be racing. They wouldn't be racing at the level they're racing now, but they would still be racing every weekend. It's just in their blood. It's just who they are. But they're all of them are down to earth, working for a living guys. The guys that had nothing that just got lucky, and had a golden opportunity to hit them. And they are still the same people today, maybe a little different, but I mean, they're still the same people in the core, in their hearts today as they were then. Okay. And they were all cool then. And I can guarantee you, they're all still the guys who you could have a beer with today.
Megadeth, Christopher says.
I'm not, I never was a really, I never was that. No. I mean,
Curtis says, your mama can't dance and your daddy can't rock and roll. Ha.
Poison. Yeah. I actually saw them before they got famous. I was in college at OSU Tech, and they were at a little shitty bar in Mulgee, Oklahoma, and they pulled in a car, and it was a great show. I mean, I don't think there was 100 people there, but before they actually hit, they were actually doing a thing, and also met Autograph. I met Autograph in Sallisaw. They stopped. They were coming to play the fair, and they were at a diner in Sallisaw. I met them in Sallisaw. They were all riding in the car together in a big black Cadillac. Yeah, that's the kind of music. Iron Maiden, things like that. Yeah, no, it's but seeing Poison on stage in a really small little podunk bar before they blew up, that was cool. I mean, it was a college town. That's why they were there.
Do you still have, what was your just married car? Do you still have it?
No. It was a Pontiac Sunbird convertible that I had bought because I had a Monte Carlo. I had the Beast.
Yeah.
And I traded the Beast in on this little convertible 4-banger Sunbird, 2-door. And because we were driving across by the dealership, and Christina goes, "Oh, that's a cute little car," ding, and so I went in and made a deal. My 9-year hot rod, I traded in on that Sunbird, and that was funny. It was a shitty little car because it had no get up and go.
No,
it had
doesn't.
no guts whatsoever.
Yeah.
But you could go 2 weeks and not have to put in gas in it.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't go 2 days in the hot rod and not put gas in it.
Yeah.
But then we had to trade it off because we had the first baby.
And get in the car.
And get in the car seat, in and out of that convertible back seat without the top being down. That was a bear.
Yeah.
And she said, "We need a new car." So we went out and got a 93 Lumina in 94. and it wasn't very long after that all of a sudden that thing started making noises, and she didn't like driving it no more.
Oh, but don't.
No,
Whatever.
Nope.
Whatever.
Okay, so we went out and got a new pickup truck, like a 97 GMC extended cab. And I thought that was the greatest truck ever. First brand new thing I ever bought, right? I didn't have it 2 days, and all of a sudden she's got the keys, and I'm driving the Lumina back and forth to work for 10 years. Back and forth to work for 10 years. I drive that thing.
Okay. Let's see here. Remember when Richard Rawlings and Aaron were on Foose?
Richard Rawlings?
Yep.
On Foose's show?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I wasn't really that much of a fan of Foose's show because he's more show than go. He makes them look pretty. Now, I got to give him credit. He makes them look, and there's a lot of work into make them look pretty. There's a lot more work than make them mechanical. But I liked Jesse James's show. What was the name of it? The mechanical show. We had all the mechanics come in. They would build these different.
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Hot Rod Garage? Something like that. But Jesse James's show, when he'd have, industry welders come in, and he'd have mechanics that have been building stuff for decades, and just craftsmen. And he would, that's the show that I like. The building, you know, where they take a limo and turn it into a fire truck and things like that. That was my kind of jam, fabricating things up like that. But Foose, you know, he makes pretty stuff, but I'm not that kind of guy. I mean, I'd rather have them primered out and be able to beat the hell out of them and just enjoy them.
Let's see here. You know, Pantera has like 4 glam rock albums, and they're really good as heck.
When they were young, yeah. When Dimebag died, you know, that's a whole different story. But I mean, yeah, I was never a Pantera guy either. I never was. You know.
Curtis Ball says, Poison rocks, great hairband.
Great hairband. Yep.
KY says, Sunbirds are bad cars. We didn't have ours long enough to really do anything. Head gasket problems.
Yeah, we didn't have it long enough to have that issue.
Yeah. Larry says, yep, going from El Camino with a Belt 350 to a Malibu.
Yeah. I did learn one thing about convertibles from that Sunbird.
Monster Garage.
Monster Garage, that you don't buy any kind of convertible that has a white top. You buy a convertible with a black top because you can't get a white top clean.
No.
No matter how much you scrub on it, you cannot get it clean. White top, it was green, that 90s green, metallic green with a white top.
Was it metallic green? I thought it was like a teal.
It was green. Anyways, with a white top and aluminum wheels, and you couldn't keep that damn thing clean. You couldn't keep it clean. It molded, and it was just gross.
Let's see. Luminas were tanks. Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were. And I drove it for 10 years. It got parked in front of the house on the weekends, but I drove it Monday through Friday for 10 years. And then Aunt Judy needed a car.
Aunt Shirley.
Aunt Shirley needed a car. And she drove it for 3.5 years until she blew it up. So, I mean, we got our time out of that car.
Yeah.
We got 18, 19 years out of that car.
Let's see, Christopher. I keep thinking about converting my box body into a mower.
Into a mower. Hey, there you go, Monster Garage. Uh,
D says, D-True says Metallica was the best 80s band.
Now, I'm not against Metallica. I like the Black Album, but when they were coming up, you know, when Mustaine was with them in the beginning, you know, and Megadeth and Metallica, and I can't remember the name of the band from LA. Anyways, there was a bunch of thrash metal bands. I was never into thrash metal. I was more into happy, fun hair metal back in the 80s. Yeah. That was 85, 80, you know, 84, 85, 86, 87. That was a lot of fun. Now, I love Motley Crue. You know, love them. Cinderella. I mean, you know, the test of time is they're still around today and they're still popular today.
Larry says thrash metal makes me anxious. And Larry also says back in the day we did what we had to write down and change ball joints on the side of the road. Yep.
You did what you had to do. And that's how I learned. You did what you had to do to help your buddy out to get to work the next day. That was way before the internet. Yeah. Okay. If you guys don't want to talk music, tell me a rap band or a rap
Metallica
person.
Master of Puppets.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, it's a little bit harsh for me. You know, I was hair metal, but you tell me a rap band or a rap artist that's going to take 40 years and still be really popular. And they're going to be playing their music on regular rotation on the radio. Not going to happen.
I don't think so.
No.
There may be.
No.
Maybe.
You hear about Nelly anymore? You hear about Run DMC? You hear them on the radio?
Yeah.
You hear any of the guys from the 80s? Any of those guys? Or the 80s or 90s? No.
You made the comment a while back wanting to teach people on their father was never around. And not mine was never, but I still want to make this car right.
Well, it's something funny you say that, because one of the guys that was doing the concrete, he has a son that's a junior in high school and he just started VOTEC. And he's coming this summer, going to work, and he wants to learn how to do old stuff, which is cool. Which I said, bring him on. More the merrier. That's what this is all about.
Beastie Boys. And
no
Curtis,
sleep till.
Curtis says they'll all be in jail. Not a one. David says Eminem. Tupac is still playing her after 20 years. ICP, LOL. Great White Hope Vanilla Ice. Ouch.
Yeah, he's still around. He's still making money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but he's making appearances, but he's on, I mean, yeah. But nothing to, you know, I'm sorry. After the 80s, the music scene for fun, new music just kind of died.
Larry said, no, on my own. I found out that my youngest son wants to be a gearhead. I had a teardrop from my eye. Love your truck videos. They help out a lot. Awesome, Dave.
Yep, we'll be doing engines for the winter until we get it up and running. And then Bama is coming in, going on the lift. We're putting exhaust on it. We're finishing it up, and I'm going to start driving it on a regular basis. What? You okay?
His starter shim video was extremely helpful for me.
Appreciate that very much. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, you know, it just blows my mind that the old stuff has become new again because they're just not teaching it anymore. You know, that's going to be my, once I open up for side jobs, if it's got a computer on it, I'm not touching it. Carbs and distributors. That's all I want to work on. What time is it?
9:22.
Really? We've already been almost an hour and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay. All right. I guess we're going to call it a night. I got some editing to do. Get this new version of this up for the night's over. Any last questions?
Larry says, wish you were closer. I think we would be good friends.
Absolutely.
KY says, we need to buy merch so we can win that engine.
That's right.
And Larry says, holy crap. Christopher says, I actually do computer conversions on the side.
Well,
and,
yeah, but it's just not my thing.
Curtis says, thank you and good night.
All right. Like I said, if you guys haven't already done it, smash that like button. If you're already not subscribed, subscribe. You know, we do this every Thursday night. This is number 22. We don't have any plans of not doing this in the future. Like I said, we're going to be doing a live from Vegas. We're going to be doing live. If it's on a Thursday, we're going to be doing a live. So we'll take all the gear with us, and hopefully everything will work out. But like I said, yeah, buy some merch, support the channel, send a gift, do whatever we got, because all this stuff is expensive as hell. But I'm probably going to know something by next week about the...
Larry says you look like you really need a beer.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. But I appreciate all you guys. And like I said, I look forward to this all week long. This is the bright spot of my day for the week. I really have fun with this. So if you have any questions, throw it down a deal, buy some merch, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, do all the things. We're going to call it a night. And I got to work tomorrow. She's got to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I got a long trek.
Yeah. From the bedroom to the living room to the computer.
Yep.
She works at home now. She's working remote. She loves it.
Yep.
It would bug me to death. I got to have my people around me. But I got to go to the office in the morning. And y'all have a great night. Appreciate all of you guys. And we'll see you next Thursday, if not sooner. Bye.